we go.
Hey
Facebook
guys!
and Instagram.
Hi!
Good Friday afternoon.
Good Friday. Good rainy Friday in Victoria.
I love rain.
We're back.
Yeah, Cuticle likes it when it's raining.
I do.
Yes,
We like it when it's sunny.
Yeah, but not hot.
Hot's good.
Mm.
Hot's good. We're looking forward to Vegas this year.
That'll be a scorcher, won't it?
Yes, it will.
Well, June shouldn't be as bad though. June at the IBS in Vegas.
June in Vegas? June in the desert.
June. Yeah.
It's not going to be that bad?
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Oh,
everyone.
it's okay.
Hi, everyone. Thank you
Hello.
for joining us. We're on Instagram Live and Facebook Live.
We are.
And we're completely unplanned again today because
We work best that way.
Don't you think?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we work best that way.
I think so.
I think more because nobody sends us any questions.
That's not true.
But on that note, gosh, I really want to say that again. I know I keep saying it, but we appreciate so much when we get the positive feedback and support. Not everybody loves us all the time.
But we try really hard.
But we do try hard, and we do. It is important to us that you guys, as we always say, are happy. We are all nail techs, and we know what it's like to be in a situation where you don't have dependable products. We use exclusively our products here. We've had a little, the odd wrinkle to iron out. It's been quite a growing experience. We're coming up to 2 years old, so the end of the month will be.
No, I think we officially launched at the CNTC Edmonton 2 years ago.
Yeah. So when was that?
I think
it was the end of.
I don't think so. I think it was around the beginning.
Well,
of
we
April.
can say that CNTC will use it as our Edmonton as our anniversary.
Yeah.
So we're kind of 2 years old now.
Just.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're babies.
Yeah. So I don't know if anybody has questions for us. Oh, that's sweet.
We are here for you.
Oh, Medina!
Is Medina here?
Do you remember how to say hi in Russian?
No.
I'm not even going to attempt it because I feel really bad.
So Medina is coming out again this year in October for our 5K class. So she will be one of the 5 educators along with Christina and Natasha and Helen and Priscilla.
Correct.
So they'll all be here, we're doing, for those of you who don't know, we did add a second week.
Yes, we are crazy. That was her idea.
Well, I know, it's so hard to say no. So we did add a second week, and there are still a few seats left, I think, in the second week, right?
A few, not
Yeah.
a lot,
Yeah.
but there are some if you want to come spend some time with us in October.
Have a little nail holiday
Yeah.
in a
It's
beautiful
fun.
part of the world.
Yeah.
It is, isn't
With
it?
some great people. We've just got some amazing people joining us. Well, everybody that's joining us was amazing.
But it's a really a great group of people that are coming to teach, to attend, to help out everything. It's a really fun time.
Last year we had nail techs who had never met before, who were booking holidays together by the end of the week.
How cool is that?
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, so it was pretty neat.
I know, it's always sad when it's over, but you know what? It's great to get started.
It's never over. It's not over till it's over.
It's not over till it's over.
Yeah. There was one thing that has been on my mind.
Okay.
I know it's hard to believe.
Hold on, I'm bracing myself.
Hold
for this
on,
one.
everyone's like, yeah, there we go.
I know.
We don't know what she's gonna say right now, so
but
this is new.
The girls do know that I've always got something popping in there.
Yeah.
So I've been thinking a little bit because we've been hearing a bit about soak off, file off. I wanted to talk about soak off, file off.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to say, what do I want to say?
Well, let's hear about your thoughts on soak off.
My thoughts on soak off. Oh, hi Natasha.
Sorry about that.
There we go.
That's better.
So, I personally have never soaked off. I only file off.
Me too.
We're
And
referencing gel polish, correct?
We're referencing it.
Any
everything.
soap. Okay. Okay.
Everything.
Yeah.
mind you, I've always used a neat file.
Mm-hmm.
So our thought, though, if we come specifically to gel polish, because we have had people asking about that and querying about why we recommend that you, on natural nails, put a thin coat of hard gel first. Mm-hmm. That's our preference, and for a few reasons, actually. I'll back up, though, a bit. I'm not a soak-off person because I feel like we get enough exposure as it is. Mm-hmm. I feel like I'm putting myself out there. I personally have an issue with soaking in acetone. Mm-hmm. I feel that if you are a professional nail tech, that you should...
I think it's just the exposure too much to chemicals. And I know, like, I have never soaked off, except for actually I did not too long ago for the first time, mainly because it was just easier at the time for myself. But preparing the nail, putting Vaseline on the skin, it's just a lot. And even after I removed, my hands were still very dry, and I know that I'm already sensitive, and the exposure to acetone for me and for anyone is just not...
Well, the thing is, a lot of people question the exposure to acrylics and gels, which is minimal when you are doing, if you're doing a proper set of nails. When you're soaking in acetone, acetone is a very harsh chemical. I know I'm putting myself out there saying this. Anyway, and I'm not opposed to people disagreeing with me either. One of the reasons why we say to use a hard gel is for people who maybe aren't as comfortable, they're worried about damage to the natural nail with filing. Mm-hmm. That hard gel gives a barrier. So when you're, besides giving a little extra added strength, and I'm not talking about building and sculpting with a hard gel, I'm talking about a thin layer of hard gel before you put your color on. You're going to have way better adhesion to the natural nail. You're going to have... You're creating a barrier there so that when you file, you know that you're not going, if you're concerned about damaging the natural nail, you're not going to. The reality when you soak is that is hard on the natural nail. And to say it isn't is because when you soak, you're still filing and then you're rebuffing that whole surface again. So it gives just that little bit of protective layer when you put a hard gel on prior to the gel polish, as well as adding strength.
For me too, it's time. When you're in a salon, for me, the way I book my clients, and I'm sure you're the same, it's time. Like I don't have a lot of time to sit there and wait for even though ours doesn't take long to soak off, but it's still prepping your client's tissue with Vaseline and applying the acetone and whatever. I prefer acetone. Yeah, I prefer to file off. That's just me. And we're not saying that any of you that soak off it's wrong or it's not the right way.
No, exactly. And like I say, I'm fine for people who disagree with me. These are our reasons for why we prefer it that way. And for people who think that soaking is easier on the natural nail than filing, that I will disagree with. Because the soaking in acetone is very drying to the natural nail, and you're having to re-prep that natural nail, the full surface every time instead of just your regrowth. But Susie. Hi, Susie.
Hi, Susie.
I apply 2 coats of base gel, so when I remove, I file down to the base coats. Is that okay? Absolutely, Susie. Yeah, no, it's great. And if you want to use the base gel, then that's perfect too.
And I know a lot of people say when we recommend putting that hard, whether you use a base or a hard gel, how, like, for soaking purposes, if you choose to do that, it is so easy to re-prep that nail because you're doing it so thin. There's not going to be like a ridge or enhancement. You just buff it and prep the natural nail as you would. And
add another thin layer of the, or base coat like Susie's saying.
Absolutely.
So for taking too long and waste too much
time.
Okay. Soaking takes too long and wastes too much products if you work with a regular clear base. Yeah. I only file off the color. Perfect. Yeah, that's what we say too.
We have a question here from Robin's Nest Nails. Oh, yeah. Robin! What about for your gel polish? What about for gel polish? I personally, we've had some questions about why gel polish may be cracking on natural nails or something, it usually comes down to the health of the client's natural nail. I know my nails are naturally thin, they are brittle, they will bend and peel, and so for me, I need to add that base of clear sculpting gel. I'm not building an enhancement, I'm basically just brushing on 2 to 3 thin layers like I would with our base top coat anyways, but the sculpting gel is more rigid, or stronger, I guess is what I want to say. So it gives me that added strength, and it works really well for a base also.
And like Susie's saying, you could use the base top.
Sure, you could, and like 2 coats and build it up, because what I find too is a lot of times people don't have that perfect nail plate, right? They might have some imperfections or dips in their natural nail, so that kind of fills it in so that you have that smooth application.
And of course, this is gel polish over natural nails we're talking about, because
if it's over,
no, it's not just, I mean, actually, no, I guess that's not true, because I'm talking about soaking acrylics too. I'm not a soaker.
Yeah,
no,
totally.
I'm a file off for sure.
So we're saying, Robin, that we prefer to file off gel polish than soak it.
Yeah, that's just our way of doing it with how we like to do it.
For sure.
Yeah, we still love you if you soak.
Yeah.
It's nothing personal.
Just to clarify that.
Disclaimer.
I know. Yes.
Okay. Is there anything else?
IBS in Vegas. We mentioned it very early on.
Yeah.
People were still joining, but we are doing our first U.S. show.
Yeah.
We're going to be
Super
at
exciting.
IBS Las Vegas
With
in
Artistic
June.
Charm.
With Artistic Charm. We are there supporting Artistic Charm.
So we'll have an ugly duckling booth at the IBS.
So if you guys are going to be there, make sure to come and say hi.
Yeah.
We'll be doing demos, Natasha and I and Priscilla.
Yeah.
And
All being well, Priscilla will be with us.
Yeah.
that's true. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I'm planning on it.
Right.
Persona nails. When you do a French with color, do you encapsulate and clear? That's a great question. Are you meaning with acrylic or with gel? Because acrylic, Christina's our French queen. She's the one to ask.
Well, I like to cap my color in, just depending on, it's just with my technique and how I do it, I cap my color in for sure. Just because I like to build my structure, just to make sure I have that, my nail builds up where I need to have it. I always cap in clear. However, you do not have to with Ugly Ducklings colored acrylics.
And I never do.
No. And Yvonne,
I'm not a capper.
I'm a capper.
I'm not either. Hi, Carrie.
Hey, Carrie.
I think we have another question on Instagram also. If you scroll up a little bit. That
Well,
one there.
Katrina likes the smell of the gel polish from
It
filing
almost
off.
smells sweet, kind of. It smells good.
It smells better than acetone.
We did that on purpose.
We have a question. For my birthday, I really want to get short acrylics, but I'm kind of scared because it's my first time. Is there anything to worry about?
I don't think so.
There shouldn't be, as long as you have a good nail tech.
Yes.
And it's important to make sure you ask all the right questions, and I guess being the first time having a set, having them short is probably what we would recommend because you're not used to them, and just getting used to them is different. So if you go in and get long nails right off the first time, that could be a problem, and it can actually really damage your natural nails because you
You're
can
not
be
used to wearing them.
Exactly.
Well, it'll only damage your natural nails if you break them.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
what you're meaning.
Well, and if you're not used to them doing certain activities,
them and stuff
you
like
can
that.
pull them back
It's-
against. Yeah.
Learning how to use
For
your nails
sure.
properly.
But
sure.
if they're done properly,
Yes.
there's nothing to worry about. You'll enjoy them. You'll have fun. And happy birthday!
And the
Yeah.
thing is, also when you're getting enhancements like that, acrylic or gel, doesn't make any difference which. It's not really designed to be a one-time application.
No.
It's designed to be something that you maintain, so
For
that
sure.
it's not where. And if you're going to have them removed, make sure you have them removed professionally. Don't
Absolutely.
be
Ripping or chewing
chewing
them
or doing any of that.
saving them for a
your-
snack.
Yeah, no snacking on your nails.
And if you do keep them up, make sure that you get them filled in the proper amount of time as well. People prolong that too much, and that could be an issue for damage.
Yeah, don't wait until it's too late. It's better. The maintenance is very important, and that'll vary with everybody depending on how fast your nails grow and how good your natural nails are. Unfortunately, it's not unfortunate for people with good nails, but people with good nails, good strong natural nails, they always last forever.
Yeah.
And the ones with the thin nails that really need them, they have the harder time keeping them on And, fills can be anywhere from 2 to 6 weeks, depending on how hard you are on your nails, how long you wear them.
How slow or fast your natural nails grow.
Yeah.
Totally. The question about shipping to the UK.
Guess what?
We have a UK
distributor. Caught You Looking Nails. Caught You Looking.
Caught You Looking.
Caught You Looking.
Caught you.
And their website is caughtyouLooking.co.uk, and they ship all over the UK.
Oh, yes. They're very busy over there. So you can get your products through her, which is fabulous.
So here's a good one. Prasanna Nails.
Yes.
Can you tell me the difference between the odorless monomer and the regular monomers? I just bought some along with 4 colors at Can West. Yeah.
Okay. So
who's going?
The great debate between odorless.
I know, and I've had a couple of people message me lately on Instagram asking just the difference between the two and how they work, and they do work differently. Because if they didn't, we would obviously just have the one monomer, odorless, because everyone likes to have an odorless monomer, just depending on where you're working. However, the difference between the two is
so if you go to on our page, I think we have on procedures. Christina's just working actually, not literally right this second, but yesterday. Now we're getting educational videos out for our products that everyone will have access to. With the odorless, the big difference with actually working with it, the odorless works. You want to work it really dry. So when you put your brush in the monomer, you hold it in there and it's going to look crunchy and you're going to think, oh, that's way too dry. And you put it on the nail and all of a sudden you'll see it'll just go. So the other thing that I tell people is that when you're cleaning your brush, so with the typical monomer, you take your brush, am I talking too much?
No, you're good.
Okay, you take your brush, you dip it in the liquid, you wipe it on your towel, you go back to the nail. When you do that with the odorless, what you want to do is take your brush to clean it in the monomer, wipe it on the towel, go back to your powder, and then go back to your nail. So you're using your powder just like if you make pastry so that it doesn't stick to your brush. If it's sticking to your brush, clean your brush, dip it in the powder, and go back to your nail. The other big thing that we get is people saying, oh, I'm using the odorless and it doesn't dry.
Yeah.
It's dry.
It's dry.
But it's
sneaky.
Yeah, it's sneaky. It likes to trick us. It has a dispersion layer. So when it dries, you could take it and tap it with your nail or a pencil or
your
hammer.
brush. You can hammer. Maybe not a hammer.
No, but you'll be able to tell. You'll be able to hear underneath make that
it
sound.
Is actually hard. It's just the top feels gooey. So that's what we call the rollaway layer. When you go to file it, that layer just rolls right off.
Yeah.
And then you'll have a nice smooth surface underneath. 2 things you have to keep in mind with that is that when you're doing the application of the product, you need to apply it thicker to allow for that rollaway layer. Otherwise, what will happen is that whole soft, gooey rollaway layer, if it's too thin, it will come off as you file it and you'll end up with nothing around your cuticle.
Yeah.
If you want it to behave more like now there's an advantage to the rollaway layer. I know.
Christina and I will just go upstairs.
Okay,
She's got this.
go.
No, you're good. You're good. You're the queen.
No, I'm not. I have a few points to make after you're done.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, so the advantage with the rollaway layer is that it's not, you don't have all the dust.
True.
The dust is the same. But if you're having trouble and you want it to work more like a traditional acrylic, take the nail and either have don't take the nail, but have your client wash their hands after you've applied it, or maybe get a nice little manicure bowl with some warm water in it and just expose it to water. If you expose it to water, it'll take away that dispersion layer and it hardens it so that it will be more like a traditional acrylic.
Sometimes it'll still feel a little bit tacky on top, but it'll file more like a traditional.
Right.
It won't take it away completely.
Yeah.
So if it's still tacky, don't worry, but it'll file a lot better.
Right.
Yeah. And of course, I had a question regarding pinching. How do you pinch, and when do you know to pinch? And even for ourselves who are experienced doing acrylics, it's tricky. It just depends on the room temperature you're working at, getting familiar with the set that you're doing, and just sometimes you just don't know.
It throws you off.
It does, which makes it difficult. So there's pros and cons to, you know what I mean, both of them, having a traditional monomer versus an odorless, but that's how it is. What was I going to say also?
Did I interrupt you?
No, I was on my train of thought. Are you implying that I interrupted you?
No.
Oh, okay, good. Is making sure when you apply, especially for new people, is to do it in one application. It is recommended to apply in one bead, because as it sets, if you're applying different beads, it's going to set at different stages. As soon as it starts to set, you have that tacky layer that's going to go in between the layers. So it's not going to be fully hard, and when you go to file on top of the surface, it is going to file in to...
She's very like, I didn't make fun of her because whenever we're dumbing, she always goes like this. You're gonna want to apply your product from the cuticle towards the free edge. She points with like these two fingers. So it's funny. Forget it.
Yeah. Okay, so and on that note, you don't want to double dip.
No double dipping.
No double
Nobody likes a double dipper.
So when you're wiping your brush on your towel, don't wipe in the same spot twice.
No.
Because of discoloration. So,
100%.
which is another reason when we do trial kits and stuff, we recommend the odorless as a one color system.
Unfortunately, that's
natural and then gel polish.
Yeah.
You can use it with colored acrylics. That's fine, but it is inclined to discolor. And unfortunately, nobody has been able to come up with a formula of, because the whole idea with the odorless is that it, the reason it is odorless, so-called, is that it evaporates really slowly. So you could have a dish, a dappen dish of odorless and a dappen dish of traditional, and your traditional will be gone in an hour, and your odorless will be there a week later.
Sorry.
No,
go ahead.
No,
I think Prasanna Nails, it's Karen from Saskatoon.
Oh.
I think we touched on odorless a few months back in one of our TBH episodes, and I'm pretty sure it's on YouTube too. So you could check it out on YouTube, also on our YouTube page, and
see if we had something else to
we'll see if we, because I'm pretty sure we covered it all here today, folks.
Yeah.
But just in case.
We did. And don't worry, the educational video product demo will be out shortly. I'm not going to give you an exact time. Anyways, moving on. Do you think we should move on? I have a question from Josiah. Creations by Josiah.
Josiah!
He's like, he asks, when applying gel polish to your natural nail, do you have to apply prep and prime to the nail before?
Prep, yes.
I was reading.
Primer, you don't need to apply, but we suggest it. It can prolong the wear of the gel polish. It's only beneficial. So.
Well, substantially, because remember you did that. Christina, right at the beginning, tested.
I did.
You tested.
Okay,
Natasha tested.
It's always Christina.
Yeah.
Christina's our favorite.
Hold on a second. Whoa!
Give me some credit!
I'm pretty sure I did too, but that's fine.
I know I didn't. Anyway, I delegated. So, but remember...
It's about that time, folks. It all falls apart.
I think, is this why are we going to do any better if we change it to Thursday?
I hope so.
Oh, yeah.
So,
off topic.
Just to say, with the gel polish, it does take, if you are soaking off, which if you saw us at the beginning of this, we're not pro for, but anyway, it takes longer to soak off by probably 3 minutes.
Yeah,
longer.
Without primer, it takes about 5 to 6 minutes. With primer, it takes like between 8 to 9 minutes to soak off. So that adhesion is good.
Corianne.
Ah.
It's funny. I've been for years mixing gel and powder and doing that with the colored powders.
For people that are on Instagram, we're on Facebook Live too, and one of our friends, Corianna, asked
if we're doing a poly gel.
Yeah.
We are working on a formula that, let me see.
We may have been trying.
But you know what's really holding us up is we need a creative name.
Yeah.
I had one, but they didn't like it.
No, we came up with that one together, and Yvonne voted us out.
Well, I didn't totally vote you out, but I haven't. No. Well, yeah, the kind of. What was it?
Should we ask what they think? Should we?
I'm gonna ask them.
Yeah, let's ask them. This is what we came up with. What do you think? Yay or nay? What is it?
Quacker
Gel.
It makes sense. It reminds me of like a cereal or something.
Not Quacker Gel, but
Quacker Jack. So
Quack.
That's what it
is.
Because we're ducks, get it?
Does that make sense? No one likes it. Wait, nobody. No, there's no hearts on the screen. Nothing. We're done.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Forget we even suggested it.
Oh, Karen likes it. What's that? Some of your nails are really ugly, not to be mean, just telling the truth. Well, we aren't, to be honest.
Yeah.
So
we appreciate your honesty.
I will work harder. I will work harder at trying to improve. Thank you for being honest with us.
Actually, it would be helpful though if
you could tell us which ones. Not me.
Is it Natasha?
I know.
Christina?
I know they're not mine.
But you know what? Fair enough.
I don't have any on there.
You know what? Thank you for your honesty.
You know what? We appreciate honesty.
Yeah.
Good for you.
And I just want to say though too, like, okay, I actually, if you're looking at our Instagram nails, I just want to be clear too. So we do promote other nail techs as well. So it's kind of more an inspirational page, but also so we can't take credit for all the good or the bad nails, but also a lot of the nails that are on there really are more kind of fantasy art and not everyday wear. And I know sometimes people will post and say, oh, you know, how can you do anything with that? Well, you know what they say, but they aren't all, they're more kind of creative.
It's more focused on the art of nails rather than the practicality of the wear. Of nails.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've got some stuff going on Instagram, it looks like.
Oh, do you?
You want to pick up the slack here? Or?
Well, I just couldn't get over that last one.
There's George.
Oh, George! Hi, George.
When are you holding another class?
Yeah, and Christine said you need to hold classes in Vancouver.
Oh, I know, it's just time. That's the problem. Yeah. And of course, we always want to send Christina and Natasha together, and it's time. We're pretty booked, and it's great. Are really
come to our 5K.
Yeah. Everybody will be at the 5K. Yeah. Well, not everybody.
But most,
I don't mean that. But
hopefully soon we can start maybe plan a more local class other than the 5K.
Absolutely.
We don't like to make any promises, but we definitely we would like to see an everyday nail and design series from you guys. Quick and easy designs for shorter nails.
Absolutely.
That's what Natasha's working on.
Yes.
Right?
My YouTube so far is focused on like gel polish art, quick tutorials that you can do in a salon that are effective and fun.
Yeah, and fast.
Yeah,
for sure. Fast and fun. But you're long. Oh, long nails are so beautiful.
Long nails are.
And actually, you know, like Christina has just finished off all the colored acrylics for the website, the tips for the French ones. And it's just so nice to see all the colors like that.
Yeah, it looks really pretty.
The structure. And I mean, it doesn't have to be a crazy art nail to be beautiful.
100%. And the thing is I was just thinking the other day, like everyone's definition of art or whatever is different from one tech to another. And Natasha her brilliance is her art. 3D. I was trying to do 3D. I was trying to do hand painting in 3D. That was confusing for me. Her artistic abilities lie in her creativity with art, but creativity is not just art. It can be application. It could be filing, French, anything, right? So don't always think if you can't achieve something when it comes to doing art, because Believe me, that is not my forte.
Just because you can't paint a face, or maybe you're not strong with line work, but
Christina really, actually, if I can say, really struggled with that when Natasha came on board, and Natasha has her art style and it's beautiful and all that. And Christina was struggling, feeling and all that. But like Christina was struggling with how can I keep up with that? And it's like, no, these two complement each other so well because they have strengths in different areas. And I said to her, you love your French, focus on your French, make that your thing. And I know I've said this before, but I really don't feel like every nail tech needs to feel like they have to be able to do everything and do everything well, because that's just not real. It's just
I mean, sorry, Yvonne, go ahead. It's just like, I mean, we're a trade, but there's also like mechanics. They specialize in cars, and plumbers, they specialize in plumbing. A nail tech, yes, we do nails, but we can
find our niche.
But even within that, some plumbers specialize in repairs. Some do new homes only. Some do septic systems. Some
And we don't understand that. We don't see what they see in what they do. And the same thing, people are like, oh, you do nails? Yeah.
So you need to find what you like. So maybe you like doing tip and overlay, and you know what? There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
Or maybe you like doing, like Christina's really into her structure. That's what excites her. So, maybe that's what you want to pick. Or maybe, I mean, gosh, in the old days, we didn't have any option, and we just did natural one color acrylic with nail polish. And honestly, I love nail polish. I love that one color nail polish. I don't want to fuss with a bunch of other stuff. I like the structure too. That's kind of my thing.
And not saying that we're not capable of vice versa, because we are, but we just kind of pick what we enjoy to do, what relaxes us, what we enjoy.
It's getting harder to be a nail tech with all these designs. Clients are becoming more demanding, and having girls like you help us to be more creative.
That for sure. And social media I think social media has really helped, and it's hindered us. It's done both. It's opened up a whole new world, which is really great and positive, and it can also be negative and discouraging. So I feel, I mean, I know myself, I do limit myself on social media because I find that it is easy to be discouraged as well. And I think for people who maybe don't have this all those abilities and feel that they should, it's easy to become discouraged. And I think it's really important that you really believe in what works for you and what you can do. And not feel like you have to do it all.
And everyone that you see, let's say you pick a picture and think, oh my gosh, that is amazing, that person came from somewhere. So it's good to just reflect back on what you did a year ago to where you are now, and look at your journey and how you've grown as an individual nail tech, opposed to comparing yourself to others. Because no matter who you compare yourself to, those people have been where you are, and they have grown just like you are.
And I see Christine, you're saying there she's a stamping queen. That's awesome. And that's where I was just saying earlier, if you like doing tip and overlay, you know what? You can make a tip look really good, and you can make it look really bad. So there's an art in doing a tip. It's the same thing with stamping. If you gave me stamps to use right now, I'd be going, how do I put that together? What one do I choose? How do I make it look? There's an art in everything.
Exactly. So, stamping, figuring out what looks good together and how to layer it properly and how to lay it out, and structure, having a good eye for nice flush cuticle up to your apex, everything, thickness, hand painting. Not everybody is going to be perfect at everything. And like one of the girls on Facebook said, I can't remember who, but it's better to master a couple things than try to be okay at 20 things. So definitely. And you know what? I have days, I was whining to Christina the other day, just feeling like I was trying to do something and I just wasn't getting it, and I just feeling like, oh man, but then you know what? We're all going to have days like that.
100%.
And it's just,
it is what it is.
Well, and we have the same thing, even I think in every walk of life, it's no different. Like we have the same thing in the office. You know, it's trying to find things, delegate everybody into situations and things that they're good at and enjoy doing. And that's what you should be doing as a nail tech too.
Absolutely.
Helen just popped on.
Helen!
Oh, hi, Helen!
It's a little Helen's. Oh, Helen. How do you see?
Sasha. Hi, Sasha.
Hey.
Aw, we miss you and love you too. We're watching you. We see your work.
Have
You're doing a good job.
on you. I don't think I missed. Oh, and just a question about if our products are available in Ontario.
Well, yes. I mean, we ship internationally. CanWest is in Saskatchewan is probably the closest, I would think. Purple in Edmonton.
And Calgary.
Calgary, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
is that it?
Okay, I think that's all I see here.
Have we been silly enough for today?
I think so. I think they've had their
I
share.
think it's just always Fridays. We're so excited it's the weekend.
Oh, we should address that
you're
actually.
being here so
No,
much.
no, because tomorrow I have nails and Sunday I have nails and then it's back to work week.
And what's your favorite?
All of it. Answer wisely.
I think that we should. Oh,
What?
was our question skipped? I'm sorry. You go ahead and ask it again.
Sorry.
Type it out, send it. I'm just going to make a quick announcement that we are changing our live feed day with the three of us to Thursdays starting next week. Yeah. So
Cool.
we'll be here TBH, question and answer kind of style on Thursdays.
Oh, good question, Susan. Yes, tonight Natasha and I are going live from headquarters at the Crysticles. And Natasha is going to be decorating my mom's nails that I have finished doing. So I have applied in acrylic and Natasha is going to decorate them. She doesn't know what's going to happen yet. My mom is picking the design. So we can't say exactly what time we're going live tonight. Maybe around 7:30ish.
Yes.
8 o'clock maybe. And so tune into
But
that.
you're going to record it and save it, right?
Yeah, absolutely, hopefully.
So if you miss out, then it'll be on our Ugly Duckling face or Ugly Duckling YouTube, and it'll be on my YouTube also.
Yeah. Right?
Cool.
Wait, did we get the message?
Have
you seen? What are your
thoughts on cuticle clipping?
That's
It's kind of controversial. Some people do it, some people don't. I give it on myself.
Yeah.
A cuticle clipping or extreme cuticle clipping? I guess it depends on what your abilities are.
And I think if it affects your application, sometimes, that can get in the way of your application. And as long as you're not causing
As long as it's a cuticle and not going into the
living tissue, living skin. It's different everywhere. That's a touchy subject.
I think that it's not just touchy, but it's super specific
to the area.
Because it's a general term for it depends on how experienced the tech is, how deep you go into the clipping. I don't think that you want to leave a whole bunch of cuticle on the nail. That's for sure.
Well, that could interfere with your adhesion.
Yeah, and the appearance of the finished product. I always just file it off.
I have crusty cuticles.
Yeah,
I do. People make fun of me, and they're like, "Oh."
As long as there's no harm caused to the natural nail or your client's skin, I love the look of it. That's how I like it. I do, but
we're not going to suggest anything.
I just file mine.
And not saying what we actually do. Last question. Are you coming to the Beauty Expo in Houston next month?
We are not. Sorry.
Yeah, we were actually... We shouldn't say we were, but we got too busy. We had to pick and choose.
We got overbooked.
We got overbooked.
We need to manage our time better.
Yes. We need to duplicate.
We need
to clone us.
Yeah.
And then we'll be fine. We can go everywhere.
Yeah.
But
until then, we'll clone you once and it won't be enough. So then we'll clone you twice. And every time you clone something, it gets weaker.
Oh, that's not good, Christine.
So should we just eat the original then?
That's not good for Christine.
Okay, I think it's probably time.
Yeah, we're done. We're done. Okay.
Put these guys out of their misery and say goodnight.
Amanda's mom. I miss you too, Mama number 2. Okay.
Until next time.
We'll see you on Thursday. And tune in tonight so I can finish Christina's mom's nails.
And also too, please, email any questions you might have so that we can prepare for them.
or you just get us random as we are.
That's what happens is we ramble a little bit.
No. Well,
you're not directing that.
She's being nice, Yvonne.
I know.
I was trying to make
you're
it
good.
better.
You're good.
Oh yeah.
So email your questions to tbh.uglyduckling@gmail.com, and we will answer the ones we want to, and the other ones we'll get to in the trash. I'm kidding.
We even answer the ones about our ugly nails.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm gonna work hard on that.
Okay, good.
Well, I don't know. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.